Okay. And we're back. I just figured out that the button that I use to start the recording is actually keybound. Whatever. It's already a control here, so I was just changing that. But now, let's get back to the meat of the action. More fantastic voice acting. Actually, I remember Oberon's being... well, you'll see. See if we can talk Titania.
Greetings, your highnesses.
Or not.
Good day, Graham. I cannot tell you how sorry Oberon and I are for all that is happening.
You are most kind, my dear queen. I hope there is something that can be done to break this enchantment on my poor children.
So do we.
Okay. Well, so far that worked quite well. Let's talk about the tragedy.
It's hard to believe that this started out as such a wonderful day to end in such tragedy.
It is truly unspeakable.
Yeah.
We haven't felt this much anguish since Edgar was kidnapped from our own garden.
Our own garden.
But you still have your children, and there must be a way to save them.
We can only hope.
Okay. Well, let's take this time, since you're here, and
talk about your son. Do you think Edgar will recover from this all right?
It's hard to say. I've noticed that his fairy soul is still fragile. But he may yet surprise us.
He will recover only when his bride does.
They were both so happy these days. Rosella kept telling me these stories about how she loved your homeland so much.
It was wonderful to see her and Edgar there together. And so happy.
I'd give anything to undo what's happened to my little girl.
It must have been lovely being able to raise your own child.
Well, we only really got to raise one of them.
Rosella is such an eager girl. All the time she spent with us, she was always inquiring about everything in sight. Etheria, Eldritch, Edgar.
Eggplants.
That's Rosella. Just yesterday I had to tell her to stop and go take a walk. She wouldn't talk about anything else but how she never found any reference to Edgar as a child in your lands. How young was he when Lelote took him?
Well, he,
Not long after Edgar disappeared, I commanded the lands to forget about him and never pronounce his name again.
That's heartbreaking.
So that Titania could move on with her life. And
Titania? That's
live
not...
with the ghosts of the sun we never
Titania.
knew.
I agree. Valanice had difficult times when Alexander was stolen as an infant.
Right, see? That happened.
She has to face that horror again.
I don't know. At least they,
you are all she has
she's still
now.
there.
I wish it could be otherwise, but she'll have to manage without me while I find a way out of this.
Yeah, in case you guys are not aware, they are from Etheria. Etheria being the gorgeous land of King's Quest VII, where there are clouds and it's all very pretty. So I can see why Rosella is so fascinated. But I don't remember there being any books. But regardless. Again, back to what's relevant.
Do you know who that stranger might have been?
I have no idea. But Edgar saw him just before he worked his magic on your daughter.
What's with
I already
Titania's
asked
sort
him,
of
he couldn't
echo?
tell.
I tried too, but all he could do was grieve over Rosella.
I mean, I guess it's possible that the courtyard we're in has some sort of echo, but it seems a little odd.
Don't you two want to come inside? This weather is terrible to be standing
Graham's got
in.
one too now.
Oh, that's all right. I'd much prefer to stay outside. This garden reminds me of the beauty of my homeland, and I feel at peace with nothing but the sky above me.
Yes. All fairies do.
Just agree with your wife.
Even with the weather as bad as this, we do our best thinking out of doors.
Is the weather really that bad? I mean,
It helps calm our spirits.
It looks pretty bad.
Titania's
Stop
wish.
saying Titania.
I understand.
I don't. Anyway.
I'd better be leaving.
Bye.
The sooner I find a way to help my children, the better.
Be careful, Graham.
Yes, be careful.
But I mean, look, it's just kind of... I definitely didn't just try to press WASD or anything. Anyway. But I mean, look, it's just kind of raining. It's not thundering or lightninging or anything. Yeah, there's a seam there. I pick on this game because obviously this is a fantastically well-crafted game. So, I have seen, well, let's go up here. I've seen games with much higher budgets, i.e. more than 0, that have not managed to create a game of this caliber. The voice acting is gorgeous. I mean, just look at all of these textures. It is gorgeous. Like, there is no way around it. So, oh. Why does it glow? What does the glowing mean? Does the glowing just mean that it's gonna go wherever the hell it feels like it and I really have no control over the thing? This is a oh, what's in this window?
The windows of many of the guest rooms in the castle overlook the usually lovely. Unsurprisingly, no one is looking out of them today. Even if Graham could crawl through the windows into the guest hallways, there's nothing to be found there but silence and fear.
But it'd be hilarious. I don't know, I think that'd bring a certain levity. Be fun. Oh, yeah, I guess... Oh, if you click on here, then it just keeps going. Forever and ever and ever, presumably. Let's just keep going, Graham. Just keep going. Oh. Oh dear. Oh, if you double-click, does that run? That's new. I think. Graham. Thank you. Oh. Oh, that's fantastic. That is new. Oh, look at him kicking up his feet. It's like doing kick-ups. Those things. Wii Fit makes you do them. Sorry. I didn't. That is a new feature. Okay. Well, let's actually run over to check out the cloak. What's going on there?
Graham would rather not be carrying anything touched by that evil stranger who cursed his children, but this thick black cloak is his only clue. Hopefully, it will help him discover the villain's identity.
Is there anything in the pockets?
That is not going to work.
Well, fine. Anyway. I like just doing that little cloth noise that means we're, like, actually looking into a pocket in his tunic there. Just throw the doors open. It's still raining. Feels like it's raining a lot louder than it was, in the courtyard. What is decreed must be. So cool font there. Yeah, let's talk to this guy. Sup?
Greetings, guard.
Eh? Oh yes. Good day.
Cesar, Katie.
How is the king, sire?
No worse, no better, I'm afraid. But I'm going off to seek help.
Is that true? Well, I wish you luck. And if you track down that fiend who has committed such a dastardly crime, be sure that he gets his just deserts.
Calm down, my canine friend. What's most important is the safety of the king and his sister.
I've never figured out if
right.
desserts is supposed to be
sire.
played or
You're
spelled with
absolutely right.
one S or
Just
two.
do whatever's possible to help my king, and we will all be
Like-
more than grateful.
I think it's spelled with one S, but pronounced with two. It's all very confusing. Does Graham know what happened in here?
Alexander told Graham on his first fateful and dangerous visit to the Isles. He almost used this hut to disguise himself as a serving woman to infiltrate the castle. Luckily, his path ended up taking him to the Isle of the Mists and beyond, and he was able to bring Casima's parents back to her, among other things. The words of the oracle guided him, Alexander said.
If, in case you guys don't know, if you took the short path in King's Quest VI, which is where this game takes place, or where that game takes place, rather, he did, in fact, do all of those things, but this game takes the long path into canon, which is where he went along the side of the castle here and painted on the door. Or maybe going around the side of the castle leads you over here. I was trying to tell a story, and you kind of got in my way there, game. Oh, is this Sing Sing?
It looks like Casima's nightingale,
Guess it is.
is raising a
they're so
family of her own.
They're
Several
so cute.
noisy little nestlings are begging for food from their patient mother. She doesn't look happy in this downpour, though.
I'm not a 100% sure how you tell. Okay, there's nothing in here in King's Quest 6, and that
Graham
bothered
takes a
me
look
constantly.
at the tormented tree as its branches are mercilessly caught in a tug-of-war in the winds, to the point of looking like they might even be torn off.
Actually, they kind
The
of
king
do.
can somehow relate.
This empty
Inside
space
of
here
him,
for.
a wild storm has just begun to rage, harrowing his every nerve, at every inch of a man who has looked evil in the eye before and won, yet has
I
never
frequently
found
find
a way
myself
to truly
relating to
put it to
trees.
an end for good.
Okay, can you, is there anything in this hologram? Just tell me. Come on. Humor me. Oh dear.
What?
What? Okay. No. Humor me. See, look at the animation.
Climbing the tree will not help Graham in his quest.
Yes, it will. It helped him in his first quest. Pop the log? Don't lift the log! Graham. Oh, fine. No beach for you. Loading. Dear.
By heavens!
By heavens. Now this is, this guy is Kawatako Mason, is I believe how you pronounce it. There was a character contest way back when on the TSL forums. Back when they were the KQ9 forums. And, you dressed up, you designed a whole profile, and the guy who won got to be in the game. And that is this guy. His personality is basically that he changes accents every 5 seconds. He sings and he preaches about the end of the world. And yeah, I voted for him. So let's talk to the guy.
Graham prefers not to talk to this man.
Oh,
He makes him feel very uneasy, and he must stay focused.
well, can we look at him at least?
On any other occasion, Graham would laugh at the presence of such a
See,
character.
doomsday is upon
Now,
us.
however, something about him crawls underneath the king's skin. Horrifying thoughts cross his mind, and the words he blows into the wind speak to Graham like some kind of bad omen that will not go unheard.
I'm not sure if they actually ever got a hold of him. They were supposed to for, he was supposed to voice his own character. Actually, is there anything in here? Yeah, get over there.
Graham peeks into one of the vases and finds nothing.
Thanks, Amy. Let's open this. Well, try to.
Graham's intuition as an experienced adventurer tells him there's nothing useful in there. Somewhere, somehow, some hand of fate decided that this chest didn't need to be opened or contain any items, almost as though by some grand cosmic game design.
Game design. That's where you went too far, Amy. I say
Graham
Amy like
peeks
she
into
wrote it.
one of the vases and finds nothing.
But still, the animation's great. He's got some invisible ink, magic refuse.
Graham peeks.
Okay, fine. What does this note say? Oh, it's so sad.
What?
Oh dear. That was odd. So you're not closed anymore? Very forceful.
No one answers.
Okay, what about Ali? They don't have a sign.
No one.
Oh, she was just gonna say it differently. Okay.
The banner is beyond repair.
Can we take it?
Graham could take the pieces of the once happy banner, but to what end?
Graham, when have you
Even the few
ever
remaining pieces
needed
that are
an
intact
excuse to
are
take
likely
anything?
to fall to.
This screen was not in King's Quest 6. Which led many people to have no idea what on earth it was. But look, there's actually a city here. This is...
A couple of days ago, the royal family had
It's a
dinner
restaurant.
at this restaurant at Katsima's
called?
insistence. It was a different night from
What's
those
with
at
this
the
empty
castle
space?
among luxury servants and endless varieties of food, But the privacy of the night, accompanied by the candlelight, the friendly bards,
Ye
and the
old
exquisite wines, made of it something to remember. A nice little
I was
terrace
just reading
sits on
that.
top of the building. On crowded nights and on special occasions, the restaurant owners set it up for guests to enjoy the beautiful view. Alexander brought Cassima here on the night of their first anniversary,
Aw.
the Queen told Graham.
It looked like the ye old chamber view.
A couple of days ago, the royal family had dinner at this restaurant
Chamber
at
block?
Cassima's, and it a
Oh,
nice
I don't know. I give up. And what's this place?
Graham glances at the inn and smiles, remembering how he used to frequent the prattling pony back in his youth, when he was eager for his first adventure. Then he decided to become a knight, and
Hey, that was a long time ago.
Echoing
this
again.
one is called Crown Pint, and it seems very crowded because of the celebration, of course. It seems that everyone wanted to get as close to the castle as they could.
I think the prattling pony was actually mentioned, like, in the
A
King's Quest
blacksmith's
Companion.
forge, sheltered from the rain, sits cold and dark, its owner somewhere.
I'm using a touchpad and I keep accidentally clicking.
That building is the main hub of the Four Winds,
Oh.
a newsletter published and distributed throughout the Green Isles, the most trustworthy source of information in all the land.
The Four Winds being, of course, the TSL newsletter. Run, Graham, run! So... can we go in there?
The events must have been truly frightening to the citizens of the island, because even the Four Winds has closed its doors today.
I think if something tragic happens and you close, you're doing news reporting wrong.
Graham can remember the echoes of the children gleefully playing around the fountain just yesterday. Sadly, all he hears now is the endless hollow echo of the rain on the stones.
Actually, can we go inside the
The
pub?
inn is no doubt filled with worried villagers and guests as it is. Graham doesn't need to add to the commotion.
Fine, it's here.
Now that's odd. The sign says old lamps for new.
Old lamps
But that
for
doesn't
new.
sound like a very sensible trade on
Old
the merchant's
lamps
part.
for new.
Neither the owners,
Okay.
a small stand bearing the sign Maps stands abandoned.
Let's run over here. Or not. Okay. Guess there's nothing over there. Very nice pathfinding, Graham. I'm impressed. Okay. Bye, Quantico Mason. Missed you. Now we're gonna dramatically zoom. Quantico Mason no more. It's Ezio. Okay, bye. Ooh, spooky. What was that? Loading. Oh, look at the squeaky sign.
The old ferry of the Green Isles has
Tickets.
turned into a formal business now.
Can we go inside? Come on, Graham. Can't you knock a little more
There's no one in it.
friendly?
It would be just inhumane to have someone there in this foul weather. But then Graham sees Hassan standing under the rain and thinks it may just be possible to get a ferry ride today after all.
See, it's inhumane to have someone inside there. Yeah, Graham can see us on up here. We can't. Hassan. Hey, how you doing?
Greetings, Hassan, isn't it?
Yes. What business do you have with me?
Let's talk about Stranger.
Do you have any idea who that stranger was who cast that dark spell on both Alexandra and Rosella?
Stranger? Sorry, friend. but the crowd was so riled up I couldn't see a thing.
He was
I
there.
frankly don't want to get involved with something that nasty.
Even if it might mean restoring the health of your king?
Now look, don't get me wrong, but I don't stick my head where it don't belong. My way is the way of the sea and the tides. Mysterious strangers, I'm not going there. It would either take someone real brave or real stupid to go after a fella like that.
Or someone deeply disturbed by the status of the
Oh.
king and his sister, huh?
You do what you have to do. We all have our place in life. Like I
Did
said,
you see Graham's face?
mine is the sea.
It was frightening. Anyway, business.
Why haven't you closed up your business like the rest of the town?
Why? I'll tell you why. People can wait a day or two to buy or borrow books or pawn their valuables. But when it comes to businesses like mine, we've got to stay open every day, rain or shine. When people have got
What's
to
with
get
your
somewhere,
hairline there?
this is the one place that's always open.
It's a little
And
creepy,
believe
actually.
me, I'm really sorry about what happened at the castle today, but I can't leave my ferry. You never know when someone's going to show up and ask to be boated over to the Isle of Wonder or somewheres else.
Again, sorry with the touchpad stuff. Yeah.
Who would want to travel with the recent events?
Aye. Business could be better, friend. Could always be better. We were barely scraping by as it was, and then this tragedy had to happen.
No.
I'm in danger of losing my crew because I can't afford to pay them their wages.
It's a crew
I
now?
sure hope both the
He'll work
weather
on his
and
own
the king
last
get better
game.
soon, so I don't end up out of business again.
Really?
And so that people don't have to rely on magic maps to travel around here.
He seems far more concerned about his
Terrible
business
times,
than,
my friend. Terrible
Alexander.
times. I promised that I would never go out of business again. I just can't take being stranded on land. I get land sick, you know?
For someone like you, yes, I can understand.
It's like, I mean, sorry, tired. But like in King's Quest VI, like he had all these romanticized stories about how much he used to love ferrying around Casima and such, and then he had made pretty good friends with Alexander, last I could tell. And this is just there's no loyalty here, no loyalty at all.
Can you please let me borrow your ferry for a while?
What?
It's very important, both for the king and his sister.
Oh no. My business is hanging by a thread as it is, and I don't need your help in cutting it loose, stranger.
Stranger?
But I'm not a stranger.
Alright.
I'm the king's father.
Look how
and
angry
I need
he
your ferry
looks.
so that I can get to another island to speak to someone who can help my children.
Very touching. But I'm afraid your story sounds like a tale of the high seas.
Bitch!
You don't look like much more than a local villager.
You're a terrible person. Hold on.
Thank you for talking with me.
Bitch. Okay, look, I have my face on currency. So don't even.
Does this convince you that I am who I say I am?
What's this? Daventry.
Yeah.
My word.
Yeah.
It's you?
Yeah.
My humblest apologies, sire.
You better grovel.
I had no idea.
Don't worry yourself over it. That's what I get for dressing like this everywhere I go.
Aw.
I actually thought it was fine attire, sir.
Sure.
Just call me Graham and keep the coin.
Thank
Really?
you, Graham.
He's a jerk. I don't appreciate this. But whatever. Okay, now we're friends, right? So
Now will you let me borrow your ferry, Hassan?
Oh, I'm deeply sorry, Graham. But I just can't do that. I'm the only one who drives this vessel.
Will you take me then?
You must understand that this is my business. I wish I could take you on a free ride, but there's the crew to pay, maintenance to do, food to buy, and then there's all these other things.
there's stuff.
I get the point.
Aren't we moody today?
I really need that ferry.
We
And
were
I
moody.
said I'm
Oh,
sorry.
jeez. This is like really either they keep changing tone rapidly, or this is just really passive aggressive. Anyway, I happen to be loaded, so take that.
Would this gold be sufficient payment for buying your business?
How much is that?
Should be enough to keep you in business for at least a week. And if it's not, I got more.
In the name of the seven seas, this is... as much money as you may think this is. I've got my crew to support, myself to support. But on the other hand...
love how he,
if it
like,
weren't
tries
for
to screw
the
you
sun, I
over,
wouldn't have
like,
such a
after
thriving
completely
business
dissing
in the
you.
first place.
I have more gold. I'll pay whatever it takes.
All right, all right. Your story has touched me. I'll rent her to you for 2 days for this quantity.
2
just out of
days.
respect for my king. But that's 2 days.
Just make
no
it sound like a
more.
favor.
If the third morning comes and you still need her, I'll expect a little more than what you're paying.
You're a
Thank
jerk,
you,
Hassan. I do not
Whenever you're
appreciate this. Anyway, can we go? Yes.
Where are we going?
I don't
To
know.
the Isle of the Sacred.
The Isle of the Sacred.
The uppity winged ones.
Winged?
I don't
Winged?
think you'll get far, but hey, it's your call. Guys,
Oh dear.
get ready.
I didn't notice the
We are
earring from
sailing
before.
off to the Isle of the Sacred.
Okay, why are they calling it the Isle of the Sacred? Is that a thing? The Isle of the Sacred Mountain? Is that too long? Oh, look. Can we, do we click? And here we are at Thorn Bay. The opposite side of the isle from which, Alexander found himself, I think. Oh, wait a minute.
Is there any other way?
Haha. Afraid of getting wet, Graham?
Here goes nothing.
Ah, let's go. Oh dear, he's dead. He's so dead. So dead. Why are you not dead?
I will be back soon.
We'll wait for you here. Come back when you're ready to sail.
Aren't you supposed to be swept away by the undertow? Loading. Oh dear. Graham, where'd you go? Hey. Oh dear, this does not look good.
There's no time. There's no...
Shush, Amy.
This... there is...
Can we, do you think we can... Okay, let's try saving and restoring and seeing what happens. Oh dear, that doesn't look good. I'm concerned. Are you concerned? Oh dear. Well, I guess I will, get back here and rejoin you guys later. So, I'll just cut this off here.